Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. Welcome to TLP Sports Club. You are watching TLP Live. I am your host, Harry Billion. It's Friday, March the 15th. This is Friday. This is going to be free for all Friday on TLP Live. I want to make sure my audio is right. Starting the show. Let me just make sure the audio is right. All right. It looks like I got audio good. All right. I don't want to have the situation I had on Monday night where I was sounding like I was under the ocean or whatever. All right. So it looks like I got the right audio. Today's show is going to be, I would say, right about an hour, 15 minutes. 15 minutes is all I got, or maybe 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's got that. My heart out is an hour and 30 minutes. If I'm not gone, we're going to have some problems, issues. So we got to get into the show right away. It's spring ball, baby. Monday is spring ball for Colorado. So guess what, man? Today, you get the privilege of us going down the line, going down the schedule, and giving you the starter, TLP projections. Is it TLPs? It's not TLPs. TLPs researched, all right, projections of who the starters are going to be, okay? We talked about the trenches already. If you missed that video, that live, you can go back on the channel. You can watch that. But in today's show, we're going to go over the trenches again. All right. The audio is good, guys. All is well, guys, out there. Let me just look down. Let me just make sure. Let me look on the chat. Make sure the audio is good so that I'm not over here talking and you guys are telling me, man, the audio is bad. You're not paying attention. Can one person, at least one person, just tell me the audio is good, right? All right. Okay. So this is going to be a very short show. So if you're going to call in, guys, let me go ahead and just let you know right now. Join tlplive@gmail.com is the email for you to call into the show. We got to get this show rolling right away. We got to go right away because I have an appointment, a very important appointment. All right. I'm also probably going to be up out of here, leaving New York, going away for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll be in the Maryland area sometime this weekend, God willing. You feel me? So we got to get this show on the road. So if you are watching this live, you get to be a part of the conversation. You can put your information in the chat. You can give us your opinion in the chat. If you're watching it after the live, you get the privilege of watching the show and kind of seeing who are all the guys that we are thinking are going to be the potential starters on this team. So everybody wins today. We're getting right to it. All right. First of all, where's Cormani? I don't want to start nothing. Don't start nothing, Harry B. If you don't start nothing, ain't gonna be nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. Mr. Phil So Real, welcome to the show. What up with you? How you doing today, brother?
Hey man, all is well, man. It's Friday. I'm happy. I'm off. Life is good.
Okay,
it could be better. It could be worse.
Yo, but you're off today. I see you.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. Hey, check your email, man. I sent a picture to you that I think you're gonna get a kick out of when you get a chance.
Oh, I'm sharing it. If you sending it to me, I'm sharing it.
Hey, look. Well, I hope Tennis Channel come on. I got to give him a hard time about saying Colorado gonna have 2 1,000-yard rushers.
Hey man, if he proves you wrong, man, you want to stay on business. You better be careful how you do, because these old heads.
Hey, these
old heads with their wisdom, man.
I can admit when I'm wrong. But
you're gonna stay on business. Okay, so you want to. It is free for all Friday, so you want to bring that up just a little bit. You want to let them know, like, hey man.
No, I just want to let them know. I want to say man to man, like, hey, I think you're wrong, but I still love him. Good guy. Okay. I just think you're wrong.
Hey man, as long as you are able to articulate your position, that's what I call for on this show. If you bring up, you can push back on anything as long as you can support your position. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
even
Cool.
even when it's messy.
Right.
Even when it's messy, as long as you can support it. And if you talk crazy, I'll push back if you talk crazy.
Hey, but look,
I
you
think
saw
that's
the
what.
email. I brought you some data, so you know what I'm saying. At least I did have some data.
Nah, man, I gotta give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you support the show in so many ways, and people don't really understand how you support the show. It's not like you're just on the panels, man. You're sending me information, data. So yeah, no, man, I appreciate you, man. You are a valuable participant of this show and a member of the channel, and I appreciate you. You want
Appreciate
me to
that.
share this You want me to share this right here?
Yeah. Look,
Okay,
hey,
let's say, explain yourself, brother. What is this? Why are you sending me this? Who is
so
that?
listen,
Who's that white guy?
so
That guy looks familiar.
hey, that's probably a white guy that helped Dion make a lot of money, and Dion made him a lot of money too. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know who the white guy is, but if you see this
Oh,
picture,
so
go ahead.
so this is your what's that movie called? Show Me the Money. What's that movie called?
Yeah, no. Oh God.
With
Oh
with with
man.
with, with Gooden Jr.
I know exactly what you're talking about,
Oh my
I'm
gosh, I
drawing a
can't believe
blank. I know
we
the
can't
chat.
remember the movie right now. This is bad. This is not good.
It,
Show
I,
me the money.
I'm about to look it up right now.
Oh my gosh, this is shameful. This
Jerry
is really
Maguire.
shameful.
Jerry
Jerry
Maguire.
Maguire. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
man. It was right there. I just couldn't think about it. So this is Coach Prime's Jerry. You got a story on this photo, and why you send me this photo?
So I don't have a story on the photo, but I wanted to share it with you because I'm a Grambling alum. I'm a Grambling graduate. I was in the world famed Tiger marching band
Oh, the
at
shirt
Grambling.
says Gremlin,
Yes. He's rocking a Grambling
and the
shirt and
hat says
hat.
Gremlin too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So funny enough, one of my best friends from being a kid, her mom and my mom taught together in the town we grew up in, and we
Uh-huh.
graduated high school together same year, and then she went to Jackson State, and I went to Grambling, and so we
Mm.
would try to go see each other here and there when we could. But when Dion became the head coach at Jackson State, I stumbled upon this picture, so I had to let her know that hey, Dion been rocking Grambling before he was rocking Jackson State, and so
Oh, okay.
I came across it in my phone the other day. So I was like, man, let me share this with Harry B. Let him see that Dion actually does try to support HBCUs here and there, I guess.
Well, I mean, the fact that he graduated from an HBCU, I don't know why there's an argument or there's even a conversation. He went to an HBCU and he graduated from one. So
That was just so he can get his degree to be able to coach. And I do
okay.
think it's funny that Florida State, his well, the school that he went to, then pitch in to be like, hey, we just gonna go on and help get you this honorary degree so you can coach. Because in order to coach in D1, you have to have a degree. And so, he was able to go to Talladega and get his degree, and here we are now.
So you're saying it's like the grad that pledges. You're
You
saying he
can say
did the
that. You
grad
can say that.
pledge.
Yeah. He grad chapter. You can say that. You can say that.
He's
Hey,
a
but
grad
some of them,
chapter.
but some of them still get down. It ain't as it ain't a cakewalk like some people try to make it out to be. But yeah, he took the easy road, and thankfully an
Yeah.
HBCU Talladega College down in Alabama, jumped in and helped him out.
Well, you said you wanted him, so here he goes. Tennis Channel is here. I want you to give him a piece of your mind so that we can go ahead and get it off your chest. It's Free for All Friday. You brought it up. You conjured him up. You said, "Hey man, I want Tennis Channel because I want to give him a piece of my mind." So let him know why you feel like he was talking off the cuff as an old head, not understanding football.
Wait a minute now. Hey, listen, don't pile it on like that. Don't pile it on like that. That ain't that
Okay.
ain't how I worded it now.
Okay. All right. Tennis Channel, welcome to the show. Phil, so real. He wants a piece of you. Y'all go at it. Let him know, Phil, and then he'll have his rebuttal, and then I can give this data because today's data day. Let's go.
Yo, man, you got a beef with me? What's going down here?
It ain't necessarily beef. It ain't necessarily beef. We'll say chicken. It ain't something as rich as beef. It's just maybe chicken.
He
I
wanted to
know.
check you, bro. He wanted to
I
check you.
know. I'm
He had
listening
to go
at
to
the
sleep
whole
early
thing.
on Monday. He had to go to sleep early on Monday, and then you started talking reckless after he went to sleep. He went back and rewatched the show. He was like, "Nah, I'm coming to get him." He sent me a whole lengthy email about how he was about to get you, and I was like, "Hey man, don't tell me you about to get him. I'll put him on the show so you can get him. So go ahead, get him, Phil."
So
Go ahead, Phil.
So no, but Willie, listen, man. You know I love you, man. You're a great guy. I enjoy talking to you on the show.
That's how they said he's lining you up. He's lining you
But
up
no,
right now, just to
so
let you know.
so here's the thing. I appreciate your fervor and your belief and the faith that
Uh-oh.
you have in CU and what Colorado can do. I also think that some of that faith is a little bit is directed in the wrong direction just a
Misplaced.
little bit. Yeah, misplaced. Because in order to have two 1,000-yard rushers, man, that's asking for a whole lot. And I sent Harry an email with some data, and
Mm-hmm.
there was only one team out of the top 10 teams last year, as far as rushing was concerned, that had two 1,000-yard rushers, and that was Liberty.
Now,
And
make sure
go
you
ahead.
clarify that when you say one team, like you're talking about the entire 130 some teams, correct?
Yeah. The
Okay.
all the NCAA, yeah, there was only one team that had two rushers with over 1,000 yards, and that was
And
Liberty.
what did they do to achieve that? What was that? Before I don't have the graphics up, but
I
what
got
did
you.
they
I
do
got I
to
got to
achieve
pull it
that?
up. I got to put up in front of me. So they rushed for 4,106 yards. That was an average of 6.1 yards per rush, and an average of 293.3 yards per game. That's how they were
Now,
able to achieve it.
for that to be authentic, because we are a data channel, for that to be authentic, what did it take off the pass? How did it crush the pass? What happened to the pass? If you have that data in front of you,
So I don't have that in front of me, but I can try to pull it up really quick. So if
that's
Tennis
how you
Channel, if you want
authenticate
to,
your argument, though. Because
no, I got you.
if
But I'm saying let me pull it up, and Tennis Channel can give me the rebuttal to what I just said, and then I can give you those numbers for the passing yards.
all
If
right,
that
so
if
Tennis
that's
Channel,
cool
this
with
is
you.
your chance to redeem yourself because he's calling your bluff. He's like, yo, on Monday night you was talking crazy, homie. All right, you old head. Maybe you was a little sleepy because it was past your bedtime, and you didn't really understand what you were saying. So this is your opportunity to get him back.
Don't let
Oh,
them gas you up like that. Now, don't let
I
them
knew.
gas you up like
Oh,
that.
I know Harry. I know. Yeah, I know Harry. Listen, I knew exactly what I
Oh
was.
my gosh.
I wasn't asleep Monday night. But anyway, hey. So what you're saying in your research has determined that it is possible, right?
Correct. It is possible.
Uh-oh.
It is possible.
Oh,
Okay, so
he's
that's where I'm
swinging.
gonna go. Now, with that being said,
Oh,
I looked
he's
at
swinging.
who we have coming in for Colorado and what we already have. So the possibility is very, very strong. Oh, and you misquoted me, brother. I remember what I said. I said 800 yards. I didn't say two. I didn't say two
You
1,000 yard
Well, you
runners.
said 1,000, 1,000. One person with 1,000, the other
And
person
another one
with
with
eight
800.
800. But come on
Around
now, like 200.
800. Yeah,
Give it
that's
give it, give or take 200 yards difference. But that's
don't
pretty
give
much
don't
two.
no,
two
don't give me 200
don't
on
back
this one.
down now with those 200 yards.
No, because you misquoted me there. I said 800.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Now, and the
cool.
reason I say that based on what we have coming in, and I can only do that based on, I mean, our O line's gonna be, I believe they're gonna be solid. Them boys are beasts, okay? And the running back that we have are stellar running back. I mean, you got McCaskill back there, you've got Dylan back there, you've got Savion back there, you've got the freshman back there. Then you got the road dog. What's the little white dude's name? His father's a dentist. Um,
Wait, you're not talking
what's
Elton.
his
about
name?
Offerdale, right? Charlie Offerdale?
Alfredale.
No.
We got Alfredale. So we got some stellar backs. Now all we needed last year was just a line. Okay. Now, that's why I said what I said. I told you guys before, man, I'm a total optimist, man. Most people see the glass as half full. Remember me saying that? I mean half empty. Remember me saying that, Harry? But I see the
Mm-hmm.
glass as half full.
But
And
I,
and
I, I
we're almost there.
But I want to be clear. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing if it doesn't happen. I'm just saying I don't think
Mhm.
it's very likely. A lot. I believe in probability over
So you
possibility.
see the glass as half empty.
Well, no, it's not half empty because they don't need somebody to run for 1,000 yards and 800 yards to have a successful season. So I think just because I'm going against what you're saying doesn't then mean I think that
Wait,
Colorado is
hold
going to
on,
have a bad
Phil.
season.
Phil, you're not helping yourself here. Let me help you out a little bit. You're not
No,
helping yourself
explain.
because
No, explain
nah,
to me
man,
how
you
I'm not
can't
helping
let Willie
myself
come on here.
because
You can't let no old head come
no,
on here and take us young boys. Come on, man.
but
You're
no,
killing me.
but no,
You're
we
Let me
can't
help
get
you
like
out
the
a
other
little bit.
shows. We got to keep it to the point and direct. Now we can't skew what people saying. I'm just simply
But this is
saying
the
I
data
don't
that
think they're
you're
gonna have
okay. Look,
those rushers.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead,
trying
go
to
ahead, go
help you
ahead.
with how you. I feel like the way that you presented your data, the way you presented it to me, made more sense. But you're not. Maybe right. You haven't had your coffee or something. But I think where you were going was the idea of Colorado's offense and the way that it's formulated is not. It's not going to lend itself to a 2,000 yard two backs with 1,000 yards each. I think that's the
Right,
vein that you were in, which made sense to me. So I wanted you to articulate that point of it.
right, and I have the data to help back that point up. Okay, so
Okay.
now
So
you're
Willie,
looking at
we get it right. His position is that Colorado's offense is not formulated for that. Okay, so that's what he's about to articulate now. Go ahead.
all right.
And I have something on the screen. I hope you guys can see it. It's a little dark, but I hope you guys can see it.
So if you look at the passing for Liberty, this is the team that had the 2,000 yard rushers, right? They
Mhm.
netted 2,882 yards passing last year. That was an average of what 205 per game, right? So I'm
Mhm.
looking at Shador's numbers. Shador passed by himself. He passed for 300 and 300,
3,000.
excuse me, 3,230 yards last year, and that would give him. I'm trying to see the average per game. It's not giving me the average per game, but I mean, I can do some mental math if I need to. But
Okay.
regardless, you see Shador threw for 1,600 more yards than Liberty did
Hmm.
by himself, and then you think to go back to the amount of rushing yards Liberty had, that you think Colorado is going to get those yards too. That means they're going to put up 6,000 total offensive yards next year. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not probable.
Whoa,
All right. So
whoa, back up. It's not possible, it's not probable. So now what's the difference between possible and probable? How do you see?
we're doing math now.
And listen, I've got to go back to what I said before. I see the glass is half full. You see the glass
All
is
right.
half empty.
So
But it's
I got
not
a
empty
question for
because
you.
it's not a
He said,
negative. I want to be very clear. Me saying this is not saying anything negative against Colorado. I'm just disagreeing with you.
and
I don't
and
think that the glasses have empty. I think they
and this
have
is what I
improved.
and this is what I'm saying. When a lot of guys get on here, and I'm not saying you're one of them. A lot of guys get on here and they talk out of both sides of their mouth. One time they're a Colorado fan, the next one, oh, but they suck. And so I get to hearing this, and so I had to look up the words because I wasn't quite sure. I knew what they meant. So you cannot be positive on one side, then negative on the other.
But Willie,
Because
I got a question.
now,
Willie,
yes, sir.
you're not dealing with data right now. You're dealing with fluffies. Let me help you out a little bit.
Well,
So
look, but
this
this
is
is data, though. This is
no, that's
data.
not data you're talking about because you're still on the line of glass half empty, half full. The point we're trying to articulate is Colorado's offensive makeup. The
Uh-huh.
makeup of Colorado's offense is pass heavy. So
Uh-huh.
this has
Okay.
nothing to do with negative or positive.
So
Positive. You're
you go,
talking about
so you're gonna help me out here with the
well, I'm
data.
trying to help you out so you can
All
get on
right.
the same
Okay.
page with us
Okay.
because you're not talking data, you're talking fluffies.
Okay.
This is
Give
You're
me some
talking
data
negative
there.
and positive. This is not negative or positive. It's saying if I look at the numbers, right, based on these passing numbers, and the teams that made the one team that was able to do this, their passing yards and the average passing yards does not support Colorado's argument of having two backs that will have at least 1,000 yards because Colorado is pass heavy. So if Colorado is pass heavy, how are you figuring in that that we're going? Are you saying it's your argument on the baseline of we didn't have the O line last year to be able to run the ball, and that's why we had to throw the ball a lot more, and you would see more running passes this year? Is that your argument, or are you saying that they're going to keep the same? They're going to keep that same passing energy and still be able to mix in 1,000 yards per back for two backs?
Here's
Is that what
here's what
your
here's what
argument is?
here's what I'm saying, Harry B. I don't have the data this year because the data haven't been proven yet. We don't have any data to put down. Just say I can lay it out. What this is what the data says here.
We got
For
last
us,
year's data.
got last year data. Last year data is old news. We're talking about the new
But that's
stuff
what the
now.
conversation's about. What do you mean
Okay,
it's old
okay,
news?
exactly. Well, listen, it's old news. Okay, so and what am I saying? I'm saying I don't have that data in front of me. I don't have it. The data it doesn't exist yet because they haven't played yet.
for
I'm
this year.
speaking on what we have coming in, the probabilities of they're not gonna get, trust me, CU is not gonna get worse. They're gonna be better in the passing, and they're gonna be definitely better in the running. So based on my just not just an assumption, but just based on what we see, the people we got coming in, you know, that everything that I'm saying right now is very well possible. It's just
Okay,
how
so you're
you
talking about possibility. Okay,
how do you see it, Harry?
so
How do
okay,
you
That's a different,
see
but
it?
no, but you said it will happen though. You said it would happen,
Oh
and that's what
yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
believe it
I
will.
don't,
I believe it will.
and I just don't. And even with Shermer being running the ball more, it still takes a lot to be able to put up 7,000 yards total offense
Now you
for a
know what
team.
I'm gonna be asking you later on. Like
Mhm.
Dion asked that reporter from
Do
I
you
think
believe now?
Denver. Do you believe now?
A,
Do you
a
okay.
believe
person
now?
a person that has supreme confidence
do
shouldn't have
you
to ask anybody that.
do you
But
So
believe
listen,
yes,
that? Do you believe?
listen. Let me
But
bring this.
but
Let me
see
bring
that's
this.
that's all I'm
Let
saying.
me bring this. Let me bring this to a close because we got to get into this data. So
Okay.
listen, there's one part of the argument which is more in hopeful, and then when you have analysts that says, "Hey man, based on this data, these are the probabilities." So Willie's more on the lines of hopefulness. Phil likes to back up his information or his talking points with data. I'm more of a data guy. I'm not the fluffy talker. I like to prove myself in data, but apparently East Coast Cav got something to say about that. East Coast Cav, welcome to the show. Thank you for calling in, brother. I appreciate you. You might have to unmute if you're
Oh, my bad, my bad. Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey
good man. How you
guy, how
doing?
you doing? How you doing, my friend?
what's up, man?
Good,
All is well.
good to hear y'all, man. Good to hear y'all. I will
So
say this: we
let me
can't.
jump you in. Let me jump you in.
Go ahead.
Who wins this argument right now? Because I feel like old school is old school Willie is he's very optimistic. I like that about old school Willie because he kind of grounds us when we start going off the cuff and off the rail. Willie brings us back in and say, "Hey guys, you gotta believe." I get that, but Willie doesn't really Willie's like, well, I don't lean on data too much in his conversation. So when we're talking analytics and you're going over numbers like, okay, if you're going to put out something like, hey man, I think we're going to have two backs with 1,000 yards apiece. Is this a data conversation, or should we be talking glass half full, half empty?
Well, first of all, let's be clear about something. I
Yes.
studied Pat Shermer a little bit, Mister Data Man.
Okay.
Pat Shermer's a little more run heavy than he is pass, so he's going to be depending on the run game. He runs a West Coast offense, so that'll stop all that nonsense you were talking. Now,
Okay. So wait,
now,
stop.
okay.
What nonsense? Which nonsense are you talking about?
Get him,
With
East Coast. Get him,
I'm
East
talking
Coast.
about with
Get him,
talking
baby.
about them being pass heavy last year. That's
Mm-hmm.
last year's data. We talking about what's going forward because Pat
Okay.
Shermer was running things last season. Sean Lewis was. Pat Shermer runs a West Coast offense, which means there's three people in the slot. If he does do passing, there's three people in the slot. So if he does passing, there's going to be more play action.
So
Now,
you believe, Willie, that we're going to have two backs that are going to have 1,000 yards apiece?
I don't know what we gonna have until I see it.
Well, no, I'm
But
saying
that's what you
I'm
said
asking East
though.
Coast
I
if
mean,
he
that's what I'm
believes.
saying. Yeah, when
No,
I
no, no,
see it.
Willie. I'm asking East Coast whether he believes like you believe.
Mhm.
Do I believe it's possible? I don't know about.
That's
I don't. I
all.
don't, I don't know because I don't see it yet. I think it's possible
That's
though.
all we're saying.
Then when
I
That's
think
all
it's
where
we're
possible.
saying.
I don't know it because I haven't seen it on film. On the
so
field, I know
All right,
with.
guys.
Go ahead, go ahead. What are you saying?
my argument was never the possibility. I think anything is possible. I'm talking about probability, and I'm just showing you based off of the numbers why I don't feel like that is a
Exactly. I
high
think that's where.
probability of happening. And
But
that was my only point. That was my
but
only
how
point,
many
and I'll
times?
leave it be.
But no, I know, man. And I'm having fun with this. But how many times have the data been wrong? Has data been 100% right all the time? No.
Not
Sometimes
necessarily,
data,
but
but sometimes data's been miscued. But we base, and I know this show we base it on the data. But then you go and somebody else has done some more research and say, well, but this data
okay. Let
says
me ask you
this.
this question: Did you follow Coach Perm at Jackson State?
Yes,
Do
yes,
anybody
sir.
on the panel or anybody in the chat know the percentage 60-40, 50
Oh,
50,
he passed the ball
90
more.
10?
Oh.
They did more pass under the ball. I'm
But they
just
still,
saying
but they still
uh,
ran it though
Well,
they
because
it's
still
what
they
history.
still ran it.
The
Yeah,
data
what
in his
Savion
the
got
data
over
in his
1,000
history
yards, got
shows
over
that he's
thirteen
pass
hundred
happy
but
too.
yards.
this is the thing though. He was under Brett Butterloh who did the same thing that Sean Lewis did. The only difference is he was able to get those top players out of the HBCU catalogs, not catalogs, but out of the HBCUs. He was able to get those top players. It's going to be different now. One, because Pat Shermer is not pass heavy. I looked up his statistics while y'all were talking. He's not pass heavy. He runs a
But
All
East
right.
West
Coast,
Coast
yeah,
offense.
because East
All
Coast,
So
right, East Coast. Hold on, guys. Let me bring in CU Buff Dynasty. Let him join the conversation. Brother, thank you for calling to the show. I appreciate you calling in. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
hey guys,
All is
how we
well, man.
doing, brother? How
All
we
right,
Hey,
all
doing?
right.
I like that picture though. I don't like the Sonic Boom like that, but I like that picture for
Hey,
your avatar, man.
you know what it is, man. I used to be on site a lot. You know what I mean. I went to a couple
Okay,
games.
okay.
So,
Yeah,
so what?
go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. I'm just
So
listening in right
spring,
now. I'm on the highway.
spring is on Monday. Spring is on Monday. And what these guys are saying is that when we start seeing these practices go on, we're going to be seeing more of a run scheme based on what East Coast Calf is saying, that Shermer is more of a runner and whatnot. So we're going to be seeing more run on the on the spring ball. Is that? Do you think so? CU Buff Dynasty.
I'm a second East Coast Kale's point. I did a little research on Pat Shermer as well.
Okay.
Uh, so he's going to depend on the run, and he's going to be more so play action. He may dibble and dabble in the pass a little bit, well, more than just a little bit, but yeah, he's going to base his offense on the run. I think you can tell that from the last game against Utah, I believe. But
Okay.
you're still going to have to feed Shador in the pass. I think it's all going to come together. I don't necessarily think that they're going to have two 1,000-yard rushers. I know that they'll probably more than likely have one 1,000-yard rusher, and maybe a between 6 and 7 50-yard rusher. I don't
Closer,
quite know
getting
if they're
closer to
going to have.
800, brother. Getting closer to 800. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. You
The
know,
possibilities. That's all. Yeah.
you got to think. I think the run pass is going to be 65-35, maybe 65 pass,
Okay.
35 run, which
You
is
guys
going
are
to
very
kind of which is
optimistic in Shador's last year here. You guys are
right.
very
That's what I'm saying.
optimistic.
He's not going to hand the ball off, but so much. But I think 35% is run. It's kind of run heavy for me for Shador, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
But you got to think he had what over 3,000 yards rushing at Jackson that last season, and Savion had what over 1,000-yard
Over a
rushing.
thousand. Yes,
And,
sir.
what was
Hey,
my second
Harry.
string back?
Yeah.
I got one thing I pulled up real quick. The last year that Dion was at Jackson State when they went undefeated and then lost in the Celebration Bowl, they rushed for 2,240 yards.
Okay.
Okay. Keep that number in your head. All right. And then if we look at what Liberty rushed for, Let me pull up that. Let me pull up those numbers real quick. If
And
we
while
look
he's
at
putting
what
those numbers up, guys, I want you to please smash that like button. That's how the algorithm gets the video to people who don't know that we live right now, live and direct. Hit that, smash that like button for me, please, guys. And if you're while you're looking, let me bring on DC Carson. He's been waiting. DC, what up with you, man? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you, brher.
What's up, everybody? How y'all living?
DC,
good,
what's
good,
up,
good.
man? What's up,
These
brother?
guys are talking crazy, but I'm gonna check them at every point. I'm a data guy. They're not dealing in reality right now, but it's all good. I'm gonna check them. I'm gonna make sure I give them that right data, especially this East Coast calf, man. Anyways,
He's cool.
Hey,
Good to
real
see
quick,
you
real
too.
quick. And I got the number. So Jackson
all right.
State rushed for 2,240 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Dion's last year at Jackson State. Liberty, to have those two 1,000-yard rushes, they rushed for 4,106 yards, basically double what Dion did at Jackson State. There's nothing that I've seen from the way
Mm-hmm.
Dion as a whole runs his offense, because even though he uses different coordinators, there are still some of the same principles. There's nothing that I've seen from him that will make me believe that they would have 4,000 yards rushing next year, unless I don't even want to give the scenario where that would happen. It would take something very drastic to happen for Colorado to rush for 4,000 yards next year.
But I
That's
didn't say
all I'm
that.
saying.
But I didn't say 4,000 yards. If you add up 1,000 yards and 800 yards, that's 1,800 yards right there
But they're
between the
not going to
two of
just
them.
be
But
two people
you're
rushing the
missing the
ball. Let's
point,
be
Willie. But
realistic. Yeah,
Okay, that are gonna be contributors, right? That are gonna be contributors. So I mean, you're proving the point all the time that the possibility is strong, is very strong, it's getting more and more stronger every day. That um, we could have CU could be a very 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 good team. All things being equal, everybody play that. Everybody do their job and do what they got to do,
So
regardless
Willie,
of.
you're in a different show right now. CU is going to be good. We fine with that. But you know what?
Mhm.
This conversation is not going anywhere. It seems like we're not getting some one half of this conversation. Somebody's not getting something because I don't know if I don't know if my brain is not working or something, or maybe I'm tripping. But if you're talking numbers, if you're talking, let's compare Jackson State, the probability of this happening. This is not negative or positive, whether CU is going to be good or bad. We're talking strictly numbers. So that's where I'm on right now. I'm like, are we dealing with the numbers? DC Carson, help me out here. Do you hear what we're saying here?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So here I'm gonna come in from I'm gonna go right down the middle and let y'all make me go to what some of you would deem as a hater, which is still logic. All right. So what we got a lot of is we have facts and assumptions. What I see a lot of, one, is that people are taking facts, which we do have those, but then they're taking their assumptions and filling them with all favorable information. We're going to be good. We got this. It's not balancing what you're going to face because again, you got to sit back. If you look at the SWAC, the talent between the top and the bottom is huge. The talent in the Big 12 between the top and the bottom is not that huge. So you can't use that as your planning factors, what we call in the military. Second thing is, I listen to people and you talk about the players you get, but let me use my before Christ days when I went to the club. And I'm gonna tell you,
Your
the
BC
baddest,
days?
yes, be my BC day. The baddest girl in the club at 11 o'clock is different than the baddest girl in the club at 3 a.m. Let me
I
tell
mean,
y'all that.
if you've been drinking.
Right. Well, again, you get them Belvederes. So the point I'm saying is that when I hear people say we got the best DB in the portal, well, you got the best DB in the portal at what point? Because that doesn't necessarily mean that they're that 5-star or 5-star quality. Again, we know we don't have to deal with the stars necessarily, that they are a solid predictor of a future success, but they're close. My thing is that it's too much. I can no more say Willie is right, no more than I can sit here and say he's wrong. But I can sit back. What Phil's point is that it's a lot of possibilities, and I get the fandom. But then when you start looking at probability and you saying, all right, well, some stuff ain't adding up. If you got all this running, then that means Shador does not have the numbers to win the Heisman. And if you're not balancing it from the teams that you're playing,
that's what KMS was saying. KMS is like, how you get a Heisman quarterback with running the ball with 2,000 people with 2,000 yards split between two backs? That's it sounds weird to me. That's where the data goes, but some people don't see it that way.
right? But because it's like you're saying some things, and with them, if you they're making silo statements, where it's basically it's a singular thing. I expect to have 2,000 yards, which I'm not going to come with Willie on that one. But then you got to say, okay, well, then we come over here just like the Heisman talk, or we're sitting over here saying receivers, they're going to get certain things like that. Now you got to pull back and say, okay, if I have this over here, then it contradicts what I'm saying over here, over there. That's where I'm coming from.
Before you start, Willie, hold up. Willie, that's where I wanted to go with the idea is like the data has to prove your point. Like we can't keep going. We can't have 1 second data and say, oh, well, Colorado's going to be good. Like if we're going to be on the lines of data, then the data has to support. And it can't be the data forward. It has to be the data backwards. What's the name? Vegas does not do their projections based on what's coming. They only do their projections based on what was. So that's what we're attempting to do is to say, if you look at the Jackson State numbers, if you look at last year's numbers, then you can say, okay, based on this information, we're not going to be running the ball enough to get two backs with 2,000 yards between two backs. That was just what I just wanted to make that plain and clear. I didn't want to,
Harry,
Can I throw something out there, Harry?
So Harry,
yes, go ahead. Who's that? Go ahead.
So Harry, you saying Brother Will is wrong?
Oh, I mean, I've been told you was wrong. Are you kidding?
I didn't hear that.
I told you on Monday you was wrong. Are you kidding? Of course you're wrong. Yo, who said that? Was that CU Buff Dynasty?
Yeah, that was me.
Go ahead.
So I want to throw a curveball out there.
Yes, sir.
I want you to clip this, save it, gift wrap it, and everything.
Here we go.
I'm gonna stand on it. Watch this here.
Okay.
You can mark my word. Alton McCaskill will not be the starting running back. It's going to be Savion Wilkerson. You can guarantee that. And when you can check me on it.
Please clip that. You know what? I
wanted that too. But then I started thinking about McCaskill. That's a very good point you're making, because both of them are really good backs. It's just that who they is going to be. I was looking at that very same thing. I wanted to go with McCaskill.
Let me tell you
what he did at Jackson State.
But let's get Willie. Let's get his ID. Let's get. He has to back this up. You know that's how we do on the show.
Okay.
You can't just say a statement and then run away from it.
I like it. I like what he said.
Let me give you something. So I've been watching. I'm a HBCU football guy. That's what I grew up with. So I know all those teams. I've been watching Savion since Dale State. The kid is a heavy, low-centered, short step taking running back, a bruiser. If you watch him, he always starts off at the bottom of the list. And somehow, one way or another, he works himself up. If we go back to last year, if you look at the runs that Savion had and you look at the runs that Alton McCaskill had, Savion's runs were more brutal, they were more straightforward, and they were more powerful. I'm not really sold on Alton McCaskill just yet. He hasn't ran that ball in 2 years. So I think because of his sketchiness that he will have when he fully gets let open, that's going to hinder him, and Savion is going to take it from right from up on his feet. Savion is a dog. He's a bona fide dog. Trust me. I know it. I know what I'm talking about. So
you're all right. So let me get this right. You're the information that you're using to back up your argument is that you feel like he's more of a fullback, like he's more Foley. He's more built for the type of running that Colorado tried to do last year, which is running down the middle. Is that what your main argument is?
Savion is an in between the tackle, bruising speed runner. He's not slow at all. He's a speed runner, but he's a bruiser in between those tackles.
Okay.
And he has a lot of shiftiness, and he has a lot of moves. He are
All right.
real
What
quick.
so let me ask you a question.
He's very decisive.
So why do you think they didn't use him? If that was the case, why was he not used much more last year?
Because you're not going to try to hammer a square. Nobody could run the ball like that last year. But the runs that he did have,
we
they
didn't
were
have
nice
a defense.
runs, man.
We didn't have a line. We didn't have a line to
here we
open
go.
up
You
the
didn't
hole.
have a
wait,
line.
hold up.
You can't hammer a square in a circle.
All McCaskill needed was
But
a crease.
see you Buff. I'm gonna come in and say I get
Yes,
what
sir.
you're saying there. I get what you're saying, and I love. Listen, when I watch football, bro, I have an HBCU game on all the time. I
Right.
will never not go a Saturday, and even if they play on Sunday, without one going on. So I mean, and I suggest everybody do that. We gotta have those views. And I mean, we like the ones, and I like Bama and stuff like that, but we gotta have those views. But anyway, I'm gonna sit here and say this. And I pose this question is that we're saying the line was the issue, but because the line was such an issue, I think that also gets us to tunnel vision on that to maybe not look at. There may be some other areas that were not there. It's just that line that are not up to par. It was just that the line was so bad. That was the glaring issue. That was the huge gunshot wound. But I'm going to question because like people will say stuff. Well, our team was better. Let's take a team like Alabama and say the reason why you always thought Alabama was in there wasn't so much because of the players, because they had talent. It was the coach. So I'm asking this question also because I think that's getting skipped over is that you're having an entire, almost a new coaching staff come in. And I'm posing that question. Do y'all feel you have the coaching staff, mind you got a brand new DC, not saying he's going to be bad, that you have the staff to do what some of y'all are saying you're going to do? Like if we're talking about facts and assumptions, how can y'all sit here and say with some unknowns that they are absolutely going to be in that 8-4, 9-3 and stuff like that when you don't know how that staff works together?
But I did not say absolutely. I said the possibilities are strong. I didn't absolutely
guys,
say, it's going da-da-da-da-da-da. No, because the possibilities of what we have, what I see, what everybody in this thing see, DC, is that the possibilities of it happening is very strong. Then I'm going to say, then what? It's not happening. It's much stronger because we have a much better team. If you look at all those people, all the guys that went to the portal, the linemen that went, I think it was 3 of them. Those guys were part of last year's team. I'm not saying they were bad or whatever. They probably weren't bad, but they just wasn't up to par with what we needed to do with what Coach Prime wanted to do. Does that make a little bit of sense?
But Willie, I would say it's a difference between me going into Vegas and betting on a game versus a scratch-off ticket. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. One is a lot more chance, and one there are at least some predictability in that.
All right, so
we talked to a brother that don't go to Vegas, though.
All right, so guys, let's go ahead and switch that up. We're going to disagree. We're going to agree to disagree. We're going to leave that conversation right there. But let's give these people what they came here for. Spring ball is on Monday, guys. And let's see if we agree with, what's this guy's name? Cam Meller? Cam Meller. Let's see if we agree with Cam Meller. We obviously got some stuff on this channel that we've already done, but since he already has a list that goes down the whole entire team, let's go ahead and discuss it, and then we'll be out of here because we only have a few more minutes left for this show because this is a short window for us today. Colorado depth chart offense. The quarterback is obvious, Shedeur Sanders, but do we have a number 2? Walter Taylor Jr., Destin Wade, he's a sophomore from Kentucky. So we're not trusting our guy that was there in house. We're trusting the outsiders. Can anybody
I'm trusting
speak
Star.
on that?
I'm trusting Star.
I'm trusting Walter Taylor. I want the Walter Taylor kid. He can run his butt off. He got an arm on him. And maybe I'm being a little biased because he's a lefty like I am. But
I believe I believe in Taylor too, but I'm also trusting Saab.
Yeah, I don't think Wade is gonna be the guy to cut the snuff. I looked at some of his film. It was only one game, but he didn't look ready. But I know it's just one game. I think we got to go with the kid from last year, and then I will go with Walter
Hold
Julius
on.
Wade.
Hey, I'm sorry, real quick. Hey, Harry.
Yes, sir.
There's one question I gotta ask you.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be very unpopular, man. Everybody gonna think I'm a traitor. They're gonna say, "Kev, man, you turning now? You switching up now?" But I'm just gonna come out and ask it. And
Okay.
oh my god, I'm gonna do it. The trolls are probably gonna be like, "Hooray, he's on our side!" But I'm gonna do it.
All right.
And
Come on, DC Carson.
and, and, and the
Everything got to be prefaced.
here we go. In
All
the
right.
next 2 years, what school will Prime be at?
Whoa. That came
Florida.
out of nowhere.
I got that, Harry. I got it. I was Kev. I got it. I'll tell you what school he'll be at.
Hey, I got the answer. I tell you.
No, let me give it to you. I'll tell you where he's gonna be, Kev. I'll tell you what school he's gonna be at. Homeschool.
That has so many. That was so coded, but so true.
I believe he's gonna be right at CU. Prime ain't going nowhere. Everybody saying Prime gonna go.
Hey,
Prime.
Man,
Prime ain't going nowhere. Not right now. Not for the next 3 or 4 years.
I got a question for East Coast Cav. Why are you throwing that in the midst of us trying to give these people some data, man? This data day. What are you doing,
I'm about to give you some data on it.
But then that's gonna throw us off. Let's get these people the starters, and then if we have a little bit of time,
I'll be quick about this because I know you.
But it's gonna lead into a conversation, is what I'm saying.
I'm be quick about this.
Oh,
My
man,
opinion, I really don't see him staying there 2 years. You know what I'm saying? The writing's on the wall. The data is, one, he didn't take that extended contract. Two, the way he's recruiting with his 40-40-20, not getting enough high school recruits. I think in my opinion, I think he's gonna wind up somewhere in Florida. Could be Miami Hurricanes, could be the Florida Gators, could be somewhere that's he's not gonna go to no big program. He's gonna go somewhere where he can turn it around. I just don't see him being there past 2 years, and I'll leave it at that.
That's heavy. Yeah,
I see him being there for
throwing that stuff in there is kind of heavy. I would like to go down this line, but I want to stay true to what we're doing right now. I want to give these people some data because not everybody that watched the show kind of like keep track of every single player. So let's give them the starters on offense and defense, and then if we have time, I promise you, we will jump into that. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead. We saying that Ryan Stubb. We got a few Stubbs on deck, a few Taylors. So are we? Wait, where are we? What is the percentage of Stubbs and Taylors? I don't know if we took a poll here. Phil, where you at? Who this QB2 is who?
I will go with Taylor.
Tennis Channel QB2 is who?
I would go with a split there, but somebody may leave. One of them may leave, but I'm going to go with a split between Taylor and Sub. I like Sub because of last year.
You said Taylor first, so that's going to be your answer.
See you, Buff Dynasty.
Shit, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We got to do this fast. See you, Buff Dynasty. Who's your number 2? QB2. You got to unmute if you're driving. He's probably driving, but let's go to let's go. Hold up. Give me a second, guys. My cursor. DC, who is your QB2?
Stop.
Okay. East Coast, who's your QB2?
Taylor.
Anybody got the percentage? Is it Taylor then? So we're saying Taylor, right? That's what it sounds
Taylor.
like.
Yeah.
Okay, we're saying Taylor. I guess I can split the vote. I would say Ryan Stubb, but that'll split it into Ryan Stubb and Taylor. All right, so we're going to running back. Let's go to the running backs. Starting running back for the spring ball. We got Dylan Edwards, Sivion Wilkerson, and we got Charlie Alfredo, which is kind of crazy because that means you leave out Otto. Yeah. So Cam is really bullish on Charlie. I like Charlie, but I don't know that he's number 3. So okay, so who's RB1? Let's start with Phil.
QB1 would be Otto.
RB1.
RB1 also 2 is gonna be Dylan, and then I go with Savion.
What about you, Tennis? Who's RB1 and
I,
then who's
I
two?
I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
All right, so see you, Buff Dynasty. Are you back? Are you still driving in a crazy area? All right, we'll go to DC. See you, Buff Dynasty. Just answer anytime you're ready. Let us know when you're ready. DC, who do you like the list the way it is, or do you think do you want to throw somebody in there?
I would see you Buffs made a compelling argument for Wilkerson, and I would say McCaskill probably would be right behind that with Dylan Edwards kind of right there, being 2A and 2B.
I like Otto as number 1, Dylan number 2, Savion as number. I see Savion more as a fullback. I know we don't use the fullback, but I see him as a fullback because it's just like the NFL has that big back that comes in on third downs and he's
Right.
guaranteed to give us a third down. I feel like he's a third down back. I don't know that he has the swiftiness, the agility of a Dylan Edwards and Otto. So I got Otto number 1. And then I got Dylan number 2, Savion as number 3, but I bring him in for every third down. Like, I don't want Dylan in nowhere around that ball on third down. That's just me. All right, so okay, so we're moving right along. Let's
Let me
go
answer
ahead
that.
and
Let me answer that question.
yeah.
I see.
Oh, did I skip you? Sorry.
Alton is 1, Savion is 2, and Dylan is 3. Dylan too small. I mean, I know he gained a little bit of weight, but I think he'd be 3, and they just
12
do option.
pounds. That boy put on 12 pounds. You don't think he'll be ready?
He's still too small.
Still too small.
He's not
But
going to be able to block.
compared to the other two, I think he's still too small.
Yeah, he's not going to be
All right,
able to block, and he basically will telecast. You're not running.
Hey guys, let's be
you're
fair.
running.
Let's be fair, DC. Let's be fair, guys. When you are a small little child coming into college, your nose is wide open. You're small. What happens in year number 2 when you put on more muscle? You're more educated now. You're more aware. Do we start changing? Do we continue to keep the narrative on what happened last year, or do we upgrade it just a little bit more? Because y'all keep saying he's not going to be able to block. That was last year. 12 pounds of muscle means something, so he could block now. Why not? Right?
But it's also technique. It's also technique with blocking too. It's not just putting on weight because there's a lot of big guys, 350 pounds, 375 pounds that can't block.
What? Push back. Dylan Edwards was blocking, but he was small. He couldn't hold the block.
Yeah, so Nebraska, he got ran over. In Nebraska, he did that block. He got his butt ran right over.
That was the argument is because he was small, but Dylan Edwards has the heart. You can go watch the games. That dude was getting up in there and he was blocking. He was like, you can see he was trying, but he was too small.
He can't chip block forever, man. Somebody gonna pick up on that.
It wasn't
right
no
over
chip block.
middle behind.
Now what I was seeing wasn't no chip block. Dylan Edwards, I put money on it. We can do like the Buff Thing Prime channel, and we can do a live, and we can look at Dylan Edwards on him trying to block, but he was way too small, so he got pushed around a little bit.
He's not going to be able to block. He's not going to, because of his height. He's going to be hard for him to keep people out of like passing lanes and stuff like that.
Okay, think about what the running back.
Somebody gonna run him over.
Put this in perspective. Hold up. Let me make my argument. Listen, 5'11" Chittle. Think about 5'11" Chittle. Okay, so let's not.
He's not 5'11" though. He like 5'7".
No, listen. No, this is what I'm saying. When you have a low center of gravity, you don't necessarily have to be the biggest and the strongest guy, because a running back blocking doesn't necessarily have to hold that block as long as an O-line or as long as a linebacker has to do. A running back is just there to just give him a small window to be able to get somebody open, or to get the quarterback to, you know what I'm saying,
and
to
he
just
did
move.
That, and then Shador got sacked.
Let me say this, Harry.
So the argument now, it can't stay the same when he puts on 12 pounds
but
of muscle.
Harry, what's going to
right?
happen is, because of you're going to have those guys who are bigger, who should be better blockers, you're going to tell it, because who you have in your personnel on the play telegraph what you're about to do. So if I have him back there each and every time, let's say, then I know odds are likely this is a run, because that's what he's done. He's not going to be able to push out a defensive tackle, nose guard, or a linebacker that's blitzing, or a DN lower from an edge rusher. I mean, it is what it is because at the end of the day, is 12 pounds are good, but mass, object of bigger mass is gonna whoop an object of smaller mass. It is what it is. Physics.
I don't want to stay on this too long because we gotta do a whole list, and I gotta go soon. But keep in mind that if you're talking this much about a blocking running back, then you got a problem on that line. Think about that. Y'all let that sink in for a little bit, because now you're going crazy with depending on the running back to be a main blocker. Like, chill out, okay? Anyways, we're moving right along. We're moving along to say the wide receivers. Let's go to the wide receivers. Wide receivers: Travis Hunter Jr., Cordell Russell, I'm gonna throw Wester in there. This list could have been an old list, but we got Jimmy Horn Jr., Terrell Timmons, Will Shepherd, Omarion. Who starts? Who doesn't?
You want me to take that? Okay, go ahead.
Let's start with East Coast Calf.
I got Travis Hunter, LeJontay Wester, and what is it? 3 receivers they going? If he runs at the West Coast office, so it's 3 receivers, 4 in the slot. So it's 3. So, huh? All right.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right about the 3 receivers.
LeJontay Wester, and I got the other guy you were saying, Will Shepherd.
Will Shepherd. Yeah, I like Will Shepherd. Will Shepherd was in that video that I did about the 10 breakout transfers. I'm coming to you, DC. Who do you see starting? Who do you like on this list?
I see Travis, Shepherd, and I see Wester. But I will tell you this: if Travis gets a bunch of snaps at wide receiver in that game, you're gonna lose 2 of those guys on this list. You're gonna lose them.
All right, so see you, Buff Dynasty. You just mute yourself, unmute, and tell me who you like on this list. You've been missing in action. Are you there? See you, Buff Dynasty. All right, you're not muted anymore, but okay, so we're gonna go to Tennis Channel. Who you like on this list?
Okay, I'm looking at the list here. I'm going to look at a bunch of my seniors. We've got a couple of seniors that need to play. Shepard needs to play because he's definitely looking at a pro career, so he's going to have to be in there. I'm going to go with Will Shepherd. Travis,
Travis is more of a shoe-in, right?
No. Travis, it's kind of confusing when they just depends on when they put him in. Okay, Travis Hunter. Okay, I'll go with Will Shepherd, Travis Hunter, and Jimmy Horn. And
can you hear me now?
The other,
yeah, we can hear you. 1 second.
Okay.
Amaro Miller, will be my 4th one. He's gonna be in there too. So I'm trying to get my seniors in there because a lot of these guys, they're your one and done. You call them, what do you call them? A U-Haul or a one and done?
Yeah, the U-Haul players, guys. We got a new terminology, guys. The rental players or the U-Hauls, guys.
Yeah, so that would be mine, sir.
All right, see you, Buff Dynasty is back. His audio is working now. Who do you like on this list, brother?
Give me the 3 wide receiver set with the tight end. Give me Travis. Give me Shepherd. Give me Wester with Chaman, whatever that tight end is from Cincinnati.
Shaman Mateo.
If you're going 4 wide, give me those same 3 with Jimmy Horn as the 4th. I think I missed the running backs, didn't I? Give me Wilkerson, McCaskill, Edwards, and Welch.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So we didn't really. You guys didn't speak on tight end, but tight end, we got 2.5. If you watch that video, I said we only have 2.5 because one is a convert. I don't like converts. I like people that have a high IQ that in their position. If you're converting,
you got 4 though. Harry, we forget about Pasquarello. He's still there. He was hurt last year. That's a big Caucasian kid. I think like 6'5" or something like that. He's a big guy. So he was the original tight end before he got hurt. That's when Mikey took over.
Oh, okay. So that means that if he's healthy this year, we're gonna start seeing on Monday how he does and see if he's gonna be okay. Yeah. All right. So we'll see. Maybe Colorado does have tight ends, and maybe they didn't trust him. They were either hurt or they didn't trust him because they had to have a convert from a wide receiver.
He was hurt. He was hurt last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So left tackle, we're going right down the line. Left tackle, I got about 20 minutes and I'm out. Left tackle, Isaiah Jada, senior. Jordan Seaton, freshman. Who we see at left tackle?
Jordan Seaton.
So
I think Benson will move from the right side to the left side because I don't think you want a true freshman protecting Shador's backside.
Those are. He's a guard though. He's actually a guard.
Okay, well, forgive me then. So whoever is the right tackle needs to move to the left side that has the most experience. Put Jordan on the right tackle because I don't want a true freshman protecting Shador's backside. I don't trust that. I saw what happened with Bama last year when they was doing
Good
it.
point. That's a good
With the
point.
kid from Iowa. I think he'll start. I just wouldn't trust him at left tackle just yet. But that will be where he's going to be in the future.
That's a good point.
See you, Buff Dynasty. What are your thoughts on that?
You give me Seaton. I think Shador trusts him enough. Give me Seaton at the left tackle.
All right, so you want Seaton. DC, you got an opinion on this?
I say it's probably gonna be Seaton, but yeah, I would say Seaton.
Okay. What did y'all hear that Seaton put on like what 11 or 12 pounds of muscle?
Right.
yeah, I heard it.
That's crazy. That high school kid is like, he's not playing around. First of all, he's articulate. He's very smart. He's moving a little different from regular freshmen. I don't know what's in the water in DC. Actually, I do know what's in the water in DC. We're smart and we're articulate in DC. DMV, let's go, baby.
He has an old soul.
He does
He
have
has
an
an
old soul.
Like the old folk used to say. He been here before already.
Yeah, that dude been here. He been here a couple of times, man. Because the way that he carries himself, man, it's different. Because you will see freshmen moving a little different, but that kid is like, he's locked in and he wants to start. He's not playing around. Left guard, we got Tyler Johnson Jr. Houston. Who do we know left guards? Who's our left guards? And let me get you in here, Willie. Do we like Tyler Johnson as our left guard?
Yeah, the guy from Houston, I think. He's from Houston.
Yes, Tyler Johnson from Houston.
Yeah, I'll put him in there.
Yeah. I think he's the right tackle.
Right.
Right tackle or left?
For your left guard, it should be Myers.
Oh, Myers. That's right.
Yeah. Flip it. Those two guys
Myers and Benson are the guards, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I think Cam, who's the writer of this article that we're using, guys, that's his name is Cam. He's using Myers at right guard.
No, I don't. He's not paying close attention.
He did play right guard.
I agree.
Strong side.
I agree.
When we did the show, what was the strong side? Because he has to be on that strong side.
So he's gonna be on the left side. So if you I can't remember specifically which one it was, but one of the shows, one of the videos, he was saying that he's gonna be on the left side over there to help Jordan Seaton along the way. I remember that. I remember him saying that before.
But what Shador is what, left-handed or right-handed?
He's right-handed.
Shador is right-handed, so his backside will be left side. So that's where he's going to have Seaton and Myers at.
So then, if he's playing guard, then y'all remember the last show we said that he had to be at a specific place where his weak side. So that was the left guard.
The left will be his weak. The left side is Shador's blind side, which is his weak side because he's a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah.
So then let's flip Tyler Johnson and Myers. So we'll say Tyler's at right and Preston Myers at left guard. Right.
Right. Correct.
All right. So for TLP Sports, we're flipping that. That's what we're gonna say. We're gonna flip those guys because I think. And when I think he got there early, and they've been having conversations with Shador, understanding like, hey man, I need somebody who's really close to me, that's going to be protecting me on my weak side.
Right.
So I would say,
hey Harry, they don't have Brown. They don't have Tyler Brown in there anyway. I don't think
because he's not going to start next year.
Well, we making an argument for starters, but he's going to play. So we're not worried about Tyler playing, but he's definitely going to play. But who we got starting at center? At center, who we got starting? Do you like your Walker or do you like Van
Walker?
Walker.
I think this is a consensus on this show. We like.
Hey, real quick. Hey, I low key, I think Wells might be able to beat him out. I understand Yakari is coming in; he's a transfer, But UConn really wasn't that good of a team, but they weren't going against a lot of good competition. So I think
Mhm.
at the very least, Wells having a relationship with Shador is going to help. And also, don't sleep on Hankerson as well. He was a true freshman last year. He came in when Wells went down. I think Hankerson is a guy that you need to look at. Not Hankerson, I'm sorry, Hank. Um, the
Zelinkus?
backup. Yes, Hank
The
Salinas,
Lakers.
the backup from last year. I think
Hank.
he's going. Yeah, he's gonna put up a fight as well.
So, but who do you
Yeah.
see starting though? We're talking about starters here.
I'm gonna go with Wells.
Okay, so you like Wells.
Wales,
Okay.
Wales is no longer on the team. Wales hit portal.
He went to San Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wells
he's
did.
gone.
I thought he did. Yeah, Wells
Well,
did
in that
leave.
case, I go with Walker then, and then I think
Yeah.
Hank will be back.
Oh yeah, I think Van Wells did leave, right? I think yeah. So this I mean, just keep in mind, guys, this list is old, but this is the only list I could find at a at a very what I'm saying, last minute type of thing. But I just wanted a list that could keep us honest. All right, so we got the right tackle. We like Khalil Benson, Philip Houston. Who do we like at right tackle?
I'm going with Seaton on the right side, and then put Benson over on the left side.
And for those people who are watching, whether you're watching in the post or whatever, I just wanted to remind everybody we did this video before, we did this live before. This is what it's gonna look like. You got wide receiver. This is not there's no fallback, but I'm just trying to show you the trenches. You got tackle, guard, center, then you got guard, and then you got tackle. All right. So if we're talking about left or right, we're talking about this is what is lining up like for those of you who are not understanding what the heck we're doing right now. And I know there's a couple of people out there. So just keep this picture in mind. TGCGT. All right. This is the left tackle. This is the right tackle, left guard, right guard, and then you got the center and the QB. Okay. All right, so just for those people who are, what I'm saying, we're only as good as our weakest link. So that's where I'm at. Defensive end, guys, we are almost there. Defensive end.
Well, just real quick, Harry. I'm just real quick. My concern with that line is you're gonna have some new people in there. How fast do they gel? Because they're not gonna necessarily start off gelling. That generally doesn't happen. But let's go on the defense.
Yeah, you wanna have that messy showing. I'm not trying to. Yeah, you want to get messy, and I'm trying to get this done. Okay.
Wait a minute. So Harry, you say you're not going for 4 hours today?
Yeah, I can't. I got an appointment that I gotta go to, and I gotta leave real soon. Man, I will go in and allow you guys to get messy and start talking about synergy and stuff like that, but not today. Not today. We got defensive end Seville Smalls. We got Samuel Okalola. We got Quincy Wiggins. Who y'all like at defensive end?
Can I get that? I'll take Okunlola on one side, and
That's East Coast Cav.
I'll take Okunlola on one side, and I'll
Yeah.
take. I'm not too convinced on BJ Green yet, so I'm gonna go with Nikhil Webb Walker.
You like Webb Walker on the end. Buff Dynasty, who you like?
Right now, man, that's I can't answer because I just don't know what defensive formations they're gonna run. So it's kind of hard to answer that one.
All right, so DC, who you like? DC, who you like in these positions?
Pause. I think Okanola would be.
Come on now.
Well, you said who you like in his position, so I'm just saying pause. Okanola, and then tackle.
Not tackle, just end. We're just doing end right now. Defensive end. Who you like?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Samuel.
You like Sam in defensive end. All right, Willie. Who you got?
I'll go with Okanola and Wiggins. That's all I have right now. But
Okay.
I'll go with those two.
Feel so real? Keep it real with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sam, and I'm gonna go with Wiggins as well.
This list is way old.
All right, so
yeah.
we're gonna stick with you, Phil. Let's start with the defensive tackle. We got Chaz Wallace, Bishop Thomas. He's not there no more. We got Aquin Barnes. So yeah, this list is obviously old, but we already know who the players are. So who do you got for the defensive tackle? We also got Amari McNeil. We got Cheto. Cheto is I would say
Well,
Chido's a
I
center.
think do we know what type of defense that Livingston runs? Does he run a 3-3-5? Does he run a 4-2-5? That's going to determine how many defensive tackles you have on the field. But I definitely think Chedo will be the
He
first
runs a
defensive
four
tackle
three
on the
four,
field.
four
Four
three
three
four
four.
press, 4-3-4 press.
Hey, where that information
Okay.
come from?
Huh?
What
It
is
comes
that?
from Google. I looked at
Hey, but
Cincinnati.
see,
I looked at Cincinnati.
but
Cincinnati's.
serious question.
Go
Serious
ahead.
question though. So it's four. So are there four down linemen, or is the fourth down lineman outside linebacker?
Well, you can mix them up, but he mainly runs four down linemen.
Okay, so in that case, I go with Cheto for one of the defensive tackles, and I think Barnes
So,
might win out
so hold on.
for the other
How do we
tackle.
have how do we have a guy that? How do we have that information? Because okay, just to make sure we put this out there, he's on record in that the pregame show interview saying, "I'm not bringing here what I did at Cincy."
He
So
will.
I just want to make that clear. He said that in the interview. He said, I can't bring what I did over there because I had guys that
But
were able to do that scheme that I did over there. So I'm going to study the guys that I have over here and see what's going to work best for them. That's what he has on record saying.
I think the only pushback I'll give to that though is the principles of a 4-3 defense to a 3-4 defense to a 3-3-5 stack to a 4-2-5 defense are going to be
Mhm.
different. So I think whatever particular formation style he likes, he's going to keep that. But how he uses that formation will change. I think that's more than likely what's going to happen. I don't think he's going to completely change his principles to make what works at Colorado. So
Yeah,
I
and
understand the point that you're making, but
yeah,
I think he's going to still run his scheme, but he's going to fit it to the players that he has at Colorado.
exactly, and that's what I was going to say too. And that's what I heard him say that based on the player's ability, that's where he's going to. That's going to be the style or the type of defense that he's going to use. He's going to always play to the player's strength,
And
not
the
to the program.
and then he also was never a coordinator. So how do we have that information, right?
But, well, yeah.
So
Well,
how do you know?
I think this. I think he might mimic some of what he did at Cincinnati because they were successful in defense. He might mimic
That
it. Maybe he may not stick to all of it, but he might mimic some of it.
to
All right,
give you
guys. So
credit, Harry, that's a valid point. He hasn't called the defense. He hasn't been defense coordinator, so we don't know what his style is. So he probably
right,
will just end up
I
fitting
just
it
want to
based off
keep it
what DM
honest.
wants.
You know.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that
That's a
we're
good
keeping it
point though.
honest.
That's a good point.
So do we
All
give
right.
him a pass on that or what? Do we give him a pass?
Well, I like what he's saying.
No,
So basically, I would say we gotta wait till Monday and the subsequent days after Monday. So whatever information that comes out in the spring and when they start talking, because you know they're gonna start talking, whatever we see in the spring game, that's what we're gonna go with. So right now we have to keep it. We gotta give him a pass until the spring game and see what happens because
And
we don't know yet.
as far as the tackles go, I think
Mhm.
it's going to be Chidozie on one side, and then Torian Carter on the other side.
All right, so that's East Coast Calf. And then we got Phil. Phil, what did you say? Can you remind us?
no. I said Cheto for one of the tackles, and I said Anquin Barnes for the other tackle.
Okay, and Surfer Boy, you guys better hope he installs a simple defensive scheme and the opposing OCs don't peep him out until late in the season. So yes, he's on record from that interview. I dropped that video. So from that interview, he does say that he's going to try to keep things simple because he understands that simplicity wins the day. Because if guys don't understand understand how to run deep schemes and crazy confusing schemes, and it doesn't work anyway. So he is on record for saying that. We don't have a lot of data on this guy, so we can't really hold him to too much. I just want to make sure that we are understanding of who he is and what he's saying. DC, who do you have did you already give us defensive tackle, DC?
I think Chidozie. Yeah, Chidozie.
I like Chidozie as well. See you, Buff. Did you answer yet? Defensive tackle, he's probably in the area where he can't talk. So I'm going to move on to the outside linebacker. Outside linebacker, guys, we got about 6 more minutes left on this show, so let's go ahead and crank these out real fast. Outside linebacker, Arden Walker, Kerry Mans, DJ Lundy's not there no more, Damari Kennedy, Trevor Woods, Jeremiah Brown. Wait a minute, Trevor Woods is I can't believe Trevor Woods is in this thing. Like, stop playing with me, man. Who do we got an outside linebacker, inside linebacker, guys? This is crazy. Wait, outside, we don't have, first of all, you gotta get Bentley in there, right? Like, what are we doing here? Like, Bentley's not even on the list, and he had the most tackles, solo tackles, 40. What is it? What are you doing, Cam? Cam, what are you doing? Are you a good rider or a bad rider? I don't know, but this is last minute. All right, East Coast, I'm starting with you. Who do you got as outside linebacker?
Woo. Yeah,
Make
you
it
got
quick,
me on
brother.
this one. I got to pass.
Okay. See you, Buff Dynasty. Are you good to talk right now? Not yet. Not yet. He's not there. DC Carson, who do you like at outside linebacker?
I don't really know. To be honest with you,
I'll help you guys out. I know I'm not being real helpful right now because this list is not as up to date as it possibly can be. So let me just put these up, guys. We got Levante Bentley, 40 solo tackles. Keaton Wade, 17 solos. We got Nikhil Weber Walker, 15 solos. Jeremiah with 7. Well, this is the top list. These are the guys, and then we got another guy that I probably don't have in here that should probably be number 2. I think he had 33. I forget who that is. If you guys can remind me, is it not the Wester guy, right? But there's another guy that's in here that when I did this list, he wasn't there, but he has 30 solo tackles.
All I'm going to say is none of that looks inspiring, and just by
come on, man, we're not doing that right now, man.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to sit here and say it. I like Bentley, but I do have to say this: is that this team looks like it's more built for the Pac-12, not the Big 12.
Yo, man, DC just can't help himself, yo. I swear. Like, that don't look too inspiring right now. We're not talking about that. We're talking about who we got. Hey, okay?
is BJ Green the edge or is he an outside linebacker?
He's an edge.
Okay.
So all right, Phil. So tell me who you got outside and inside. Who you got?
so outside linebacker, I would probably go with one of the Wade. Well, not one of, it's the Wade brother. That's the linebacker. Inside linebacker.
We're gonna convert the quarterback to linebacker.
inside linebacker, I go with DeMore Kennedy and Bentley for inside linebackers.
Woo, DeMore.
Yeah. I would say you will go with DeMore over Bentley.
Well, I mean, if it's going to be 2 inside linebackers, I think DeMore Kennedy will be one of them, and he can also kick to the outside. They did it a little bit when he was at Alabama, so I think DeMore Kennedy could play a little bit of outside linebacker, but it would be more of a just.
You are a Bama guy all the way through, aren't you, man?
Something like that. But if he does play outside linebacker, I think it would be more so to be able to cover the running back coming out the backfield, not necessarily a rush guy. That really wasn't his specialty when he was in Alabama. It was more so see ball, find ball, hit the person with the ball type situation.
Hey,
all right, guys, let's run. Okay, let's run through these. Let's run through these guys. I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna skip you guys now.
Let me get mine really quick. I'm gonna go with Walker outside and Kennedy inside.
Kennedy, y'all like Kennedy over Bentley. Like Bentley was our guy last year. I don't know where Kennedy is fading into this situation. But Trevor Woods, please go back to safety. Stop playing with me. All right, we're gonna run through these guys. I'm gonna ask for each position. I'm gonna get you guys one person. Okay, I'm gonna ask one person on the panel. Nickel. I'm going to DC Carson. We got Preston Hodge, Jaden Milliner-Jones, Miles Slusher. I don't know if Miles is still there. But nickel, who's at nickel? DC.
I'm gonna say Hodge.
You like Preston Hodge at the nickel?
I do.
See you, Buff Dynasty. I don't know if you're back, but if you're back, who do you like at cornerback? We got Travis Hunter, Kendrick Breelove, Kwamani McLean, or Marion Cooper, Carter Stoudemire. Who do you like at cornerback?
Give me Trav and DJ.
Trav and DJ
McKinney.
DJ McKinney, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right, so he like DJ McKinney. All right, so East Coast Cav, who do you like as safety? We got Cameron Silman Craig Sr. He's a senior. We got Cameron. We got Shiloh Sanders, Miles Slusher, Vito Tisdale. Who do you like as safety?
I got you. Shallow.
You got Shiloh as safety. All right. Do they ever go with two safeties, guys? Like small
Yeah, they're
safety?
gonna
Yeah,
have two
Cameron
safety, a free
Craig.
safety and a strong safety. So the
All
other
right, so
safety probably would be Cam.
Travis J.
Travis J, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so the punters and the kickers, man, these guys, we're gonna trade them off and whatnot. So, all right, so that's what we have. So that's what we have right now as far as the receivers. And now we got we got 2 seconds to say East Coast Cav. I did promise you that we will get into if Coach Prime is gonna leave or not.
We can do that another day. We can do that another day. I know you gotta go.
All right, so yeah, so we're gonna leave that right there. Hopefully this video was helpful to somebody who maybe not know the team, because a lot of these guys that follow the team, that watch every single video that every channel puts up, so they know these teams and they know the guys, they know the players. But hopefully it helps somebody out there that maybe doesn't really understand who the starters are, the faces are. But guys, look out for a video that I'm going to be putting out. I think Colorado versus the Big 12 guys. I think the next team is, we did North Dakota State. I think the next one is going to be our next guy in line would be CSU. CSU is stacked, guys. CSU did a very good job. Like, this is one of their best recruiting class.
Man,
So they're coming with it. Now they brought in like 20 guys, but CSU does this thing that somebody on the panel always talks about, recruiting high school. They brought like 20 high school players, guys. So if you guys haven't, if you guys don't watch that series, please watch that series, because it teaches a lot about our competition and we learn a lot. But I'm gonna be doing CSU, and I'm gonna go down and let you know who are the key players that they got. But this was a great show, guys. You guys made it a great show. Thank you so much, Surfer Boy 3000, saying this is a great show. John Shaft, Real Life. I want to thank everybody who's on the panel. Feel So Real, the Tennis Channel, DC Carson, East Coast Cav, CU Buff Dynasty. Willie, man, I thank you. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank everybody for their wisdom. Real Life, you've been here. Peter, what's up? TK, everybody that's in the chat, thank you so much for making this a great show. I will see you guys on Monday night. We will be talking about the first spring practice. I will see you guys on Monday Night Football.
I just want to shout out Stranger Danger Pete. He's in the building, man. Salute to him, man.
Stranger Danger Pete, like, is that their handle, or
that's his real name?
Okay.
Is that their YouTube handle?
Yeah.
Okay, so shout out to Stranger Danger Pete. I don't know what that's about, but
Okay.
He's in the chat. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, salute to you, man. East Coast Cav likes to say salute to you, so salute to you. All right, guys, so I will see you guys on Monday Night Football. Peace out, and thank you for making this a great show. I'm
Good
out.
to hear from everybody. Good to hear from everybody.
All right, guys, peace.